Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Bonnie wants to say hello. Can let go of my shirt. Yeah. He's been very needy since I've been back. My big baby. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Melleny. If you'd like to get to know me a little better, all my social media links are always linked down below in the description bar, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in any kind of way. It's been a while since I've stood in front of a camera and had a conversation with you guys, talking about the books that I've recently read, books that I've recently received, and all of that fun stuff. It's been a hot minute, I'll be honest. At the beginning of every year, I tend to take January off just because I need that time off. It is something that I've come to realize, because in December I'm go, 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 especially towards the end of every year. I just get super busy because I make myself super busy, and it's one of the things I personally would like to work on, is to find a way to make myself not too busy, but still kind of find a balance where I like being busy. But yeah, so I've already filmed this, but I decided to refilm it just because I could already tell whilst I was filming it that I wasn't in the right headspace or the mood to film it. I'm feeling a little bit different today. I'm feeling a little bit more excited to do this, which is always a big thing with me. I have to feel excited, I have to feel like prepared, because it's not just standing in front of a camera, it's standing in front of a camera, editing, double checking to see if it's watchable, uploading it, making sure the content is fine, sharing it across platforms. Like, it's a lot of work. I'm sure you guys all know that. And so I wasn't quite ready, and I forced myself to do something that I wasn't prepared to do, and it sucked, to be honest. But I'm here today, and I'm here to kind of tell you about all the books that I got in December. This is my end of year haul. I was really happy with all the books that I got in December. Some of them I received, others I purchased. I tend to buy myself books in December because no one in my family buys me books. You would think, knowing that I'm a reader, it would be the easiest gift to get me. You are wrong. My family never gives me books, so it's like it mind boggles me. Is that how you say it? But as I mentioned, there are a lot of books that I received because publishers tend to be quite kind, and I have a really good friend who was nice enough to part with some of his books, so I'm really excited to show those to you because they're some of the books that I've been really wanting to get my hands on. And I think without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump in. Please note that this is in no particular order. These are just as I'm grabbing them at this point. They were once in order, but I have since gotten quite bad at it. So the first thing I want to show you is this amazing box set, Percy Jackson. These books are obviously by Rick Riordan. If you don't know who he is, he writes these really amazing middle grade slash, I guess he writes young adult, but he writes really great stories about different kinds of gods, especially, you know, you have like the Norse gods, which is Magnus Chase, you have the Egyptian gods, which is the Kane Chronicles, and with these ones, it's the Greek gods. This is his first ever series, I think, pertaining to the gods, and I really enjoyed Percy Jackson. I only read, however, unfortunately, to the Titan's Curse. I have a suspicion I might have tried to read the Battle of the Labyrinth, but I'm not entirely sure. But I have read almost a majority of this box set, and I've been trying to get myself a set because I really want these on my shelf. These are books that I feel like I can read anytime. Not that I've read them since I've originally read them, keeping that in mind, please. But I'm really excited. I'm gonna try and read the first book this month in February, but I'm really happy that he was kind enough to part with his collection because I really wanted this, and it was either between getting the paperbacks or getting these amazing US hardcovers, which the spines match up, but that was kind of like a hefty investment that I don't always have that money just lying around, so it was like choices, man, choices. But yeah, I'm really happy that I got these. I was then beyond spoiled by the amazing people at Harper Books. I tend to get books from them every now and again, which I'm super grateful for because they're a US company and they kindly, like, seriously ship these books by I believe FedEx, and I'm always grateful when they do send me stuff. So what they've sent me is Valentine by Elizabeth Whitmore. This sounds like an amazing read. I can't exactly tell you what it's about at this point, but I believe it's about a sexual assault case, and so that would be a trigger warning, so just be wary if you're going to read this for that. But I'm really excited. I've heard great things about it so far. This comes out in April. The next book, which is already out, I believe, is Lucy Hugh Hallett's Fabulous. These are just a whole bunch of short stories which I'll be reading this month just because it is such a short collection, and I honestly think it's something that I could just read every day. Then the next book is one that's coming out this month, which technically I should read as well, and that is Everything I Know About Love by Dahlia Alderton. This is a memoir. I don't know why I requested, I'll be honest. I think I really like the way they described it. I also do not know who Dahlia Alderton is, I'll be honest with you. But I'm really excited for this. I just love reading memoirs and reading about people's lives, because I think you could always grab something from it, like a little grain of wisdom, if you will. The next book I have here is also one that I got from my amazing friend who gave me the Percy Jackson box set, and that is The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm by Christopher Paolini. This is from the Tales of Aglasia? I don't know how you say it. I do linguistics, but I can't pronounce things, so it's a genuine flaw. This, I believe, is actually following the events of the inheritance cycle, so I think if you're going to read this, you should read the 4 humongous books that come with the series. I will be buying them. I had the hardcovers of Eldest and Inheritance, but you just can't find the hardcover of Aragon and Brisinga in those editions, so I parted with them sadly. But I do plan on getting back. I read Aragon when I was in high school, and it was quite something. Let me be honest with you. It was quite a heavy book to read when you're 16. So I definitely intend to, now that I'm older and I would say somewhat wiser, I would like to read it, and then hopefully I can get to this in a reasonable amount of time. Next book that I have here is Max Einstein, Rebels with a Cause by James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein. This is the second book in the Max Einstein series. I have not read book 1 yet, however I do intend on purchasing a copy for myself. This was kindly sent to me by Penguin Random House South Africa, so a big thank you to them. I've been really wanting to read this series. As follows a young girl named Max who thinks she has a relation to Albert Einstein, but I'm really excited to get into this. I think this is the one series by him that I think I'll really enjoy. Penguin Random House South Africa also kindly sent me I Am Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall. This follows a young girl whose cabin is burned down on an island, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read it. I haven't really looked at the synopsis too much. And it's kind of about her surviving this really big ordeal. I'm really excited to read this. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this story. The next book that I bought is Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Bull. This is the first book in the Amelia Fang series. I would say that this is targeted to 6 to 9-year-olds, not 9 to 12. So just because it's quite young and there's quite a lot of pictures, I enjoyed this, but I didn't rate it high because, keeping in mind, I am way above the age or the target audience for this book, but I still really enjoyed it. I think it's like a really cute story for young readers. Get them excited, get some spins on it. Kind of reminded me of what I was like as a kid, so it was quite enjoyable. The next book, I'm in a situation which is quite awkward, if you will. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about having purchased this book, just because at this point in time I am calling it not worth. But I'm hoping that when I reread it, it will be a bit more worth. And that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I special ordered this hardcover from the UK, and I listened to the audiobook, which was kindly provided to me by Libro FM, and I liked it. I just didn't love it, and I kind of jumped the gun and ordered this, and I have somewhat got minor regrets for that, because it was quite a hefty price to book, and it doesn't have a lot of detail on the hardcover. I understand if you buy the Waterstones edition, you get fancier foiling, but there's just like, this is the barest book I've ever seen in my life, and that is saying something. Like, there's no embossing, there is no foiling, there is just nothing. You know, you would think they would put a little bit more effort into this book, which was a long-awaited second book from this really amazing author. So I'm kind of salty about that, to be honest, but we'll be rereading. I will be rereading this soon, and collecting my thoughts on it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it more, because there were so many parts that I enjoyed, but I can't remember them, and I feel like the audiobook really didn't draw me in. Next book is one that is a duplicate. I tend to do this, and it is Le Bal Sauvage, The Book of Dust, Volume 1 by Philip Pullman. I have the hardcover, which I got for super cheap. This one, was gifted to me by my friend Abby. She was walking around in a local stationery store called CNA, and she saw this book and it was like 30 bucks. And so she was like, do you want it? Because I have the trade of The Secret Commonwealth, which was sent to me by Penguin Random House as well. And I was like, no harm, no foul, 30 bucks. She then gets to the till and ends up being, she bought 2 copies of it, and they both end up being 30 rand. So we got a super cheap book. This book is originally like 300 rand. According to the sticker that they have at the back, they sold it for almost 300 rand. So for it to be 90, more than 95% off is insane. So I'm really happy. I think I'll probably end up reading this above the hardcover just because this is quite floppy and it's a lot easier to carry around. One of the first books I purchased this month, well, in the month of December, was The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. I recently received a companion, a sequel, I'm not entirely sure what it is, to this, and I didn't own it, so I was like, you know what, I will buy it. And I actually got it for a really good deal, so I was like, you know what, I will splurge a little bit. And honestly, whilst I did not really love the content, I really love this hardcover. I think Usborne did a really amazing job with the production of this. I know there was a lot going into the point of sale as well, like some bookstores in the UK actually received train sets, so that's quite something. And yeah, I'm sad I didn't enjoy it as much as what I thought I would, but it's still quite pretty, so I will take that as it is. The next 2 books I also purchased for myself. These I purchased from Bargain Books, and the one is One Dark Throne by Kendara Blake. This is the sequel to 3 Dark Crowns, and I now officially have all 3 books, which means even though it's a 5-book series, I believe, I now have the chance to actually read the first 3 and see how I feel about it, because I wanted to read them kind of as quickly as possible. And the other book that I purchased was A Million Dreams by Emily Henry. I've heard amazing things about Emily Henry as an author in general. I then went to the comic book warehouse with my amazing friend Sands and Stories. I'll leave her information down below. And I splurged quite a bit because I had a 3 for 2 special. So you pay for 2, you get 1 free basically. And I splurged because they're quite expensive, I'm not going to lie, but it was a good deal. So one of the books that I bought was Tokyo Ghoul. This is the first volume by I don't want to ruin that, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I read this, I really enjoyed it. I'm keen to keep reading and seeing where the story goes, but I'm gonna try and find a place that is slightly cheaper. Coming from the exact same trip, I got volume 1 and volume 2 of Monsters, which is something that I've been really looking forward to purchasing. I'm now happy that I purchased it, and now I'm looking forward to purchasing 3 and 4, which are both out. If you don't know, this follows a young girl who kind of discovers some information and she wants to find things out, and she has like a demon / a god inside of her, and it's like kind of following her and her journey and all the trauma she is going through. And it's quite graphic, so I wouldn't recommend this for young readers, but it's definitely an enjoyable graphic novel series if you don't mind gore and stuff. And then my friend Sandra from Sands and Stories, also as part of her 3 for 2, got me this comic, well, this issue. This is the first issue in the new Harley, Quinn and Poison Ivy series by Hauser, Mello, Morales, and Hi-Fi. I don't know if Hi-Fi is just somebody else, if it's a human. But I'll be honest, this book had more ads than comic strips, so I'm kind of pissed about that. Just because I think that, you know, the amount that you pay for it is not worth it if it's already got ads to pay for it. So this should have been for free. I'm just saying. That's just my personal point of view. I'm really excited to see where this is going. I'll probably end up purchasing the first volume and not the issues anymore, just because I think the volume will work out cheaper, and also it won't piss me off as much because there's no ads in it. We are nearing the end, I promise. The next 2 books are 2 of the same. The first one is A Royal of Royal Blood by Mana Joy. This is the amazing Fairy edition with the black sprayed edges and the purple foiling on the cover. And the second one is the same book but in paperback and with the silver and nothing too fancy about it, which is fine. This I got from the Fairy Loot box, which I purchased myself, and this was kindly sent to me by Penguin Random House South Africa, so a big thank you to them for sending this to me. I'll be reading this and doing all of my tabby markings in this one just because I think it will look so amazing, and I'm half tempted. I don't want to ruin it, you know? So I'm gonna try and keep this as whole as possible whilst consuming this to no end. We are on the last set of books that I have here, which I'm pretty excited to show you, and that is the first 3 books in the Trials of Apollo series, which is The Hidden Oracle, The Dark Prophecy, and The Burning Maze. So this follows our favorite sassy Greek god Apollo, and he has done something to disgrace Zeus. So Zeus strips him of his powers and turns him mortal, and he now has to survive the mortal world. And these are his adventures. I believe the 4th book is already out, but I'm gonna wait until it's out in normal paperback size to get it. If I was so inclined to do so, I would pick these all up, but these are all of the books that I've gotten in the month of December. I'm super grateful for everyone who gifted me stuff and me for purchasing things. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. I am filming a couple of things on the same day, so you'll see me in the shirt and the sweaty mess for the next couple of videos. But I'm really excited. I really think this was such a great haul, and I'm happy to say that I've already read most of them, so bonuses. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.